So hello, everybody. All right. It is so freaking good to see all of you, all of your smiling faces. All right. Now, first off, anybody got any news to share? Anything interesting that's happening? Any updates that they want to provide us here? Now is a free for all. If you do, the floor is yours. All right, well, this is the most talkative class that I've ever had for a reason. All right, nobody wants to share any good information. Mr. Majewski does. Is Silas here yet? Silas in the house? Not yet. We want to give Silas a shout out, right? Accepted into UC Berkeley, right? Accepted into Emory University as well. So he's leaning towards psychology at Berkeley right now. I want to give a shout out to Elizabeth Arizmendi. She got into basically like 20,000 awesome universities. All right. She got into UC Davis, UC San Diego, UC Irvine, 4 Cal States, as well as a number of other schools as well. Leaning towards Davis right now and veterinary medicine. That is a tough program to get into. So big shout out to you, Elizabeth. I know how difficult that is. All right. Awesome job. Rosie, right? UC Merced, Cal State LA, still trying to decide whether Colorado State maybe is the option. So proud of you. Good work. All right. Really excited about that. And can't wait to find out where you end up going. Vivian, fam, UCSB, UC Riverside, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Long Beach. She's leaning towards Cal State Fullerton because she just thinks that will be the best for her. All right. We have a number of others as well. Please share those with me. If anybody has any updates on college acceptances and they want to share those right now, just unmute yourself and go ahead and do so. Otherwise, send me that info and I'm going to give you a shout out when we have our class periods. Okay. Any other news here? Any other good news to share?
I still have a job.
You still have a job. You know, this is a question that I have for a lot of you. All right. How many of you are still working?
Me. I'm still working at Walmart.
Okay. Where are you working, Rosie? Del Taco?
Yeah.
Okay, because people need those bean burritos. It's an emergency. All right. Who else is still working? Anybody else?
We're the only ones.
Are you do you declare yourself as a dependent? Are you a dependent of your mom? Or do you file your own taxes as an independent? Or do you not know?
Well, I'm not filing this year.
Okay. Okay, good to know. I was going to say, if you filed independently, you would be eligible for that $1,200 stimulus check, right? But you got to file as an independent with your taxes. You can't be claimed by your parents, all righty? So I think most of us probably are not going to get that stimulus check that the government's going to be handing out for $1,200. Interestingly enough, I am, all right? Even though I get paid, I'm still getting a $1,200 stimulus check. Same thing with my girlfriend. And so it seems kind of weird, right? That even though I haven't suffered, in fact, we've actually benefited because my girlfriend's not having to pay for gas to go to work. I'm still getting that stimulus check, and I hope most of your folks are as well to help get them through these tough times. All right. I am going to begin by sharing my screen so that we can go through a few activities. All right. I got a couple of chats here. Congrats, Edric says to everybody, and yes, completely agree with Edric there. Edric, what is your dog's name?
Buster.
Buster. Hey, on Wednesday, we're meeting on Wednesday. Let's have a pet day where we all bring our pets on camera as well. All righty. So let's make that something to look forward to on Wednesday. If I do that, I'm going to have scratches all over my arms, but I'm going to still try to make sure that happens. All right. So anyways, I'm going to go to my screen share. All right. Everybody should be able to see what I have on my screen. Please ignore the crosses. All right, and let's get going here. This is the agenda for today's class period. I would like to go through each of these things during today's class time. All right, so first off, thank you. I can't thank you enough for being here. I do want to let everybody know that Chromebooks and mobile internet hotspots are being handed out by the district this week. So if you have a device, but maybe others in your family do not, and that might be a burden during these upcoming weeks, then you might think about checking out a Chromebook or a hotspot device from the school to bring that home for you and your family during these times. Okay? I can safely say to all of you, I think it's really unlikely that we're coming back on April 17th. I think we're probably looking at least a couple of more weeks delay, which will probably take us into May. We'll know for sure by the end of this week or the beginning of next week if there will be a further delay. All right. In the meantime, I posted a poll this weekend where I asked students to update me on their AP test status. So please come to this poll and answer it according to your class period. Are you still taking the AP exam and you've already notified College Board of that? Are you still taking it, but you either haven't heard from College Board or you haven't notified them yet that you are? Are you not going to take the exam now because of the COVID-19 epidemic, or were you never signed up to take the AP exam to begin with? This will help me to direct kind of my review schedule over the next few weeks. Okay, so make sure that you definitely sign into that poll on Schoology and you respond. Okay, questions so far? Again, please unmute yourself and ask away if you have anything for me. Our schedule this week, as you can see, you should have already seen it, looks a little bit like this. We will be meeting again on Wednesday at this time, all right? If you cannot make it to this regularly scheduled time, then please just come to another session, either the 8 to 8:45 or the 11 to 11:45, or I will include a recording of one of the sessions from each day. If you can't make it to any of the live sessions that day, go ahead and watch that recording as a last resort. We're also scheduled to meet Friday. All right. I may just post a video Friday and not actually have a live virtual meeting. It'll depend on how things go this week. Now, please also note this week I have office hours Tuesday and Thursday, and they go from 11 until 1 p.m. I'm there during that time for anything that you might want or need. It doesn't have to be related to the class. It can just be there to sit there and talk if you're bored or anything like that. I will be there from 11 to 1. If people are there, cool. If not, I'll just be doing some work on my computer during those 2 hours. Now, all of this schedule this week, everybody, is going to change next week. The district is going to be giving us a schedule for all of our classes when we are supposed to meet. Until that happens, we're going to follow this one this week. But next week, you're going to have a universal schedule for all your classes so that there will no longer be any conflicts where you have to choose between one class or another. Okay? Any questions on that schedule? No. Okay, very good. If there are no meetings on, if there are no questions about that schedule, then we're going to move on. All right. And we're going to look at some information, some links that I have posted. All right. To our Schoology page under the Monday folder. All right. Now I have 3 different links that I have posted. Each of them is going to tell you some slightly different information. Your job is to go through each of these 3 if you have not done so already. And then you are to take some of your own notes on the biggest takeaways, on what stands out to you, on any questions you have, on anything you would like to learn more information about, anything that you don't understand what that data means, all right? So for each of these 3 sources, you're going to examine and kind of investigate them separately. The first is a link from Johns Hopkins University in Medicine. This is an updated coronavirus spreadsheet that kind of tells you where we are at as results come in by the minute. And it is the most up-to-date resource we can find on this. Now, when you are looking at this source, right, and kind of examining what it tells you, it's giving you the overall data, right, worldwide. Then it allows you, obviously, to hone in first off on the number of cases of coronavirus, but also the number of deaths over here. There's also a list of the recoveries on the right. And then it allows you to actually zoom in on any particular country as well. So in the United States, now this is the number of cases in the US. This is the number of deaths that have occurred thus far. It even allows you to go into further detail if you click there. And you can go individually to each state and see kind of the details of each state and where the situation is at its worst. All right, so there's the number of cases, for instance, in Orange County, right? And there's the number of deaths that have occurred so far here as well. So this is a health measure. It tells us the updated health impacts of the COVID-19 virus, literally minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. All right, so this gets updated constantly, and I want you to be able to see that and really examine that so you can see the impacts that COVID has had from a health standpoint thus far. Okay? The second source that you have to examine, I think, is really fascinating, and I hope you'll spend some time on this one. This is a list of projections moving forward. So this projects how every day is going to look like for the next few months. Not only in the United States, it shows you the projections of how many cases there will be, how many hospital beds will be needed, how many hospital beds we have, how many hospital beds we're not going to have enough of. The same thing with ICU beds. And it tells you the number of invasive ventilators that will be needed. It tells you when the peak will be, when the worst days will be for this virus in the United States. As of right now, based on our present social distancing, we can expect that the peak in the United States will hit sometime around April 15th. On that day, there will be 224,000 beds that are needed in the United States. There will be 33,000 ICU beds and 26,000 ventilators on that one day alone. All right, so I wanted you to look at this because not only does it project when the peak will be, but it also shows you the number of deaths per day that we are expecting, and it's also indicating the total number of deaths that we will have throughout. As of right now, according to our closest estimates, you can expect to see most probably around 82,000 Americans die as a result of this virus. But do you notice the data there? It's actually anywhere between 39,174 and 141,000. So it could be anywhere there. All right. I show you this, folks, because guess what you can do? You can then go to individual states. Let's look at California, for instance, and it tells you specifically what social distancing measures California has implemented, when the peak in California can be expected to hit, what that peak will look like in terms of are we prepared for it as a state, and then how many deaths per day and the total projected number of COVID deaths in the country. Please note that as we go up here, this is telling you how many folks are projected to have, died from COVID in California alone. This is serious stuff. Note the dates. You see how the numbers continue to go up each day still? Even though it's not going up by a ton, it's still going up every single day there. I think it's really, really unlikely that they're going to end these social distancing rules until we have seen the deaths flatline. And do you notice where we start to see that at? It's happening in June in California. This is why Mr. Majewski can confidently predict that I don't think there's any chance we're coming back in a couple of weeks, folks. All right. In fact, I think that this delay may extend on further than even all of us may think right now. If you continue to compare results from state to state, some of them are incredibly alarming. Of course, New York's situation is alarming. And if you notice when is their peak, you'll notice their peak when the biggest issues they'll have meeting the need is going to be April 9th. That's not too far away. And if you look, at the data here, you can see in New York, guys, on the peak day, they're going to be short 58,000 hospital beds that day in that state. They're going to be short 10,000 ICU beds that day in that state. So they're going to be short 8,800 ventilators that people need to breathe. So this is why there is so much concern about what's to come, because there's a real concern, that a lot of the worst things we're going to experience from this are yet to come. All right. Please take some time going through this. You'll see not all states are as equally affected, and you'll also notice the virus is going to do its thing at different times in different states as it spread. Here, Texas's peak isn't even expected to be until May. All righty. So again, that assumes we continue with the social distancing that we are already doing. Questions there?
Are these just notes that we take for ourselves?
They are, buddy, because you're going to use those notes to do the next step. So they're just notes that you're taking to yourself that just stand out to you. And so they can be as short or as in-depth as you need them or want them to be. Okay? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Our third source, guys, is about the economic impacts of the coronavirus. And as you can see here, we have a lot of different indicators that show just how damaging, just how impactful this virus has been, not just in terms of health, but also economically. All right. So you can look at some stock market information there. Unemployment numbers. My goodness, look at that jump. You can look at travel restrictions and the impact that it's had on air travel and other businesses. You can look and see which businesses, companies are doing well during this time. You can actually look at maybe the environmental or the pollution effects of the COVID virus because these are really telling as well. You can look at industrial production, car sales, the value of gold, oil, all right, economic growth forecasts. Now, hey, you may ask yourselves, what does oil have to do with this crisis, right? That may be a question that you have that you would want to, research a little bit more. How does each of these economic measures relate to the coronavirus? You may not fully understand why car sales could be down or why the value of gold would be going up, even while the value of other things seems to be going down. All right. I bring these things up to all of you because, again, please remember, you're going to be creating some sort of inquiry question. From this data, I would like you to develop your own question that you will research yourself. All right. Now, there are some rules to this. By the way, you can use my links, my data to develop your question, but you can develop your question on your own, completely separate from that. All right. I want this to basically be almost a list, if you will, of questions that many of us have that will then conduct the research and be able to answer on our own. All right. One of the reasons I want to start by doing this is there's so much static and so much noise out there about what is accurate and what is not, that we really want to get a better understanding of what this is, what the government's response to it is at all levels, and what is actually happening on a day-to-day basis. All right. So by Wednesday night, so after our Wednesday meeting, so you got plenty of time to do this, you're going to generate an inquiry question that you would like to investigate further in relation to the COVID virus. And I'm leaving this super open-ended for all of you. This can be related to any political, economic, or social topic related to the virus or its impacts. The question needs to be advanced enough to require some online research. All right. You can't just sit there and ponder it in your brain on your own. All right. But it needs to be direct enough at this point so that you could answer it in 2 to 3 minutes of explanation. So I'm not asking you to go into a real in-depth question at this point. I'm asking you to come up with something that you can research in a short amount of time and come back and give an explanation to the rest of us on. However, we will be building on these research questions as we develop a plan, a COVID response plan that we are going to develop as a class based on our government's response. Okay? First step, read through the links and go ahead and post that inquiry question when you develop a question that you want to know a little bit more about related to this virus. All righty, any questions so far? When you have your question, all right, you're going to go ahead and you are going to post it to our Padlet page. And where will you find that Padlet page? Right there under the week of March 30th to April 3rd, third period, post your COVID-19 inquiry question here. It's going to take you to this screen, right? And it's going to be a black screen. I went with black. Patella. All you will do is you will be able to create your own little sticky note, make sure your name is on there, and then just go ahead and include your question on the Padlet. So by Wednesday night at midnight, I should have 40 questions on here, right, related to the COVID virus. If you're struggling to come up with one, look at the information I provided to see if that triggers any more questions that you have. Now, you're not doing any of the research between now and Wednesday. All you're doing is generating your question, all righty? And then we'll do the research after that so that we can develop the answers to these questions that we have. Questions? Okay. One last thing that I want to draw your attention to is our AP exam review materials, all right? They are directly underneath the folder for this week on Schoology. Now, College Board's going to give us the final update this Friday on specifics for our AP test and what it's going to look like in terms of what the question is, how many questions there will be, and what the FRQs are going to actually look like, all right? In the meantime, they are doing daily review videos, all right? If you click on that link right there, it's going to take you to this page. And these are daily review videos that College Board is producing for this virtual AP test. Now, I call them review videos, but they're not actually review yet. What they're doing is going through all of Unit 5 first before they go back and go through, start with Unit 1 and the review, okay? When they do start the review, you're gonna have these assigned to you on certain days. To go ahead and watch so that we can review them and meet virtually. Okay, I will let you know when these videos start, these review videos. Again, as of right now, these are just current information that's not going to be tested, but they'll start with Unit 1 at some point next week. And so that's what I just wanted to let you know. We will be reviewing some of the time. And we'll be examining this COVID virus situation some of the time as well. So we'll be splitting off both of those things depending on certain days of class. So we won't always be doing the same thing. Are there any questions?
Are you able to make us have like practice FRQs, since that's basically what it mostly is, free response?
I am, Kim, and we will be doing a ton of those between now and the AP exam. On Friday, College Board is going to actually tell us what these modified FRQs are going to look like. And so once they do, I am going to immediately modify all of the FRQs I have to replicate that format. And then we'll pretty much do a practice one every single day. That way, and you know, they're super short, you know what I mean? So they're 10, 15 minutes long, but we'll go through one every single day so that every single FRQ that they've released to us that we have available, we'll have looked at, we'll have gone through, and we will have practiced on. Does anybody like my Game of Thrones Thrawn?
No.
Okay, thank you. Other questions?
Are you guys so quiet?
Isn't this crazy, Sebastian? It's so different from the first period one, huh?
No, yeah. I only came back just to hear you talk again. No cap.
Oh, wow.
Plus,
That
I'm like doing it as you talk. I did my homework.
And not gonna lie, I just woke up and I was 15 minutes late to this. So
Hunter, believe me, I saw you sit down. I already figured that out, dude.
yeah,
Right. So. Okay. I want updates as to what everybody is doing, how we're getting through this. Anything there that we can update me on?
This
I'm
is what I really
losing
came
my
for.
mind.
Okay.
Whoa. One at a time here.
I'm losing my mind. I'm so bored.
You're losing your mind. You're so bored. I am sorry for that. What are you doing to occupy your time?
Playing video games.
Same.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've mixed in a few video games as well. All right, so you're not alone. Okay, who else? I'm muting you, Hunter.
Is anyone doing the virtual spirit week?
No.
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 True.
I will be.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we might as well, right? We need to make the best of this situation as much as we possibly can. That's why we're bringing our pets on Wednesday. All right. And let's face it, for some of you, that's going to be an improvement in terms of what I'm looking at on the screen. All right. So. Tough crowd. You know what? You guys need a little bit more of this in your life, I think, right? Wait. No. Little tropical.
Jeez.
Oh,
Are you sitting at a green screen?
no,
How are you doing that?
no, you don't need a green screen for Zoom.
Really?
Yeah, just go to you guys see the virtual background option there? I'm
No.
stop video option.
Oh, I see.
You can choose virtual background there.
Wow.
You
I
just
like
got to
that.
upload it from your computer or your device to the thing.
I
And,
like that.
yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so like I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'm just gonna let you know. So yes. What else is going on here?
Is everyone good on toilet paper and water?
Yes.
Because we have some at Walmart. It was just in the back. We don't take it out.
What the hell?
What the?
I need to
She's trying to- She's trying to launder.
okay. So here's the thing. We have some and we take out some of it at night. So only like the people in the morning can get some. Because then people turn violent. Like they'll fight and pull hair. So we can't have it out.
I believe that.
But aren't you rewarding the hoarders by only putting it out in the morning?
Morning?
No, but like, I don't know. Like it's the managers. It's not me.
So wait, do you have to ask for it?
No, like they take out the majority of it and they leave it out in the morning. And then like there's like already a line at 7 when it opens. But like we have water. Water is always out. But for toilet paper, they're still fighting.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
got 12 rolls given to me.
From who?
Yeah.
My sister's boyfriend works essentially at a distribution company, so he can buy them wholesale. So he bought like 200 rolls wholesale, and they're just sitting in it, at like super cheap prices. So I went over there for dinner the other day. What the hell? Nice background, Scarlett. I went over for dinner, and they were like, "Hey, you need some rolls?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah!" We rolled out of there with 12. So, what can I say? I'm living the Charmin life. All right, sorry.
That's funny.
Yeah, is anybody out? That's a better question.
You guys good?
You guys like going and collecting leaves in your backyard or something like that?
I'm in Selma.
Yeah, Josh is in Selma. Josh is far.
Bro, are you in Selma?
Yep.
Whoa! Did you guys get out of town because you were like worried it would be like?
Oh no, just me.
Oh, just you.
At
Yeah.
his cousin's house.
You're just hanging. All right, very good. Selma, by the way, is in the middle of Nowheresville by Fresno, everybody. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Josh, I miss you.
Okay, let's mute Sebastian.
I'd say the same.
And Josh. All right, other questions here? Anything that you need to answered I think we all probably know it's going to go longer than April 17th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that mean prom is like done?
You know,
No.
I wouldn't say that, man. I'm actually suddenly like more positive and optimistic than I was in the past about this, just because I know they've even talked about maybe doing activities in the summer if they need to after the official graduation date is over. So I don't know, but I know they're trying to work on that and still.
Can I talk? I actually have an update about that.
Okay, please do.
So, as senior class officers, obviously, we emailed Ms. Geyer, like, asking if it would be cool, like, to spend our money during the summer so we could do something during the summer for, like, senior day and stuff. And she said that we still can use her funds, but she's just gonna, like, we just have to get approval from the, we have to get approval from Ms. Horta, basically. But she's gonna email her and just send her the email. So we'll let you guys know about that. But she did say that we could use her money, and we have $27,000 to spend, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's your money, and
Ooh,
yeah, I mean, I say yes. Let's, you know, if we can develop something
I
that
agree with that.
still celebrate, why wouldn't we do that, right? I mean, I think a lot of teachers.
But the only
Go ahead.
thing that would suck about that is for the people who have jobs, they would start working a lot more during summer and wouldn't have as much time.
Well, we'd have it planned ahead so you get a day off.
Yeah, I mean, we try to work around that as best as possible, and
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, it's definitely not going to be a solution that works for everybody, but at least it's an option out there that we definitely want. So, yeah. Anything else?
Marissa, where's your dog?
Who, me?
No, Marissa's dog. Have you seen Marissa's
Oh, I was
dog?
going to say I don't have a dog.
I think go grab her.
Yes, go grab her, please. Jesse, thank you for being clothed.
What time is the zero period meeting again?
So zero period is it's scheduled to meet at 1 today. All right, but I just
Okay.
found out I have a department meeting that they scheduled about 20 minutes at 1. So we'll probably
Nice.
meet Wednesday instead.
Okay.
But I'll send an update out. I just saw the email. Hey, folks, one thing that I want to show everybody here is for our Wednesday meeting. I've actually added some other sources for you as well to take a look at. So again, if you're still struggling with, an inquiry question that you can develop, and again, remember, these inquiry questions are going to eventually be developed into larger, more detailed questions. So make sure it's about something you're legitimately interested in investigating a little bit further, okay? If you look at the Wednesday folder, I have added some other sources for you to take a look at if the ones I loaded for Monday just aren't doing it for you. These focus more on the economic responses so far, and specifically talks about the U.S. response. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Anaheim just authorized an economic response that is pretty controversial because a lot of folks have a real issue with where that money is going in the city of Anaheim. It's a $15 million stimulus deal that the city has released from its savings. But that money is going to different things that the city council thinks are important. And a lot of people argue that maybe it should go to other things instead. So take a look at those articles there. If you're interested at the U.S. economic response, at comparing it to other countries, and specifically your own city's response so far to this crisis. So again, all of this, developing an inquiry question, so for you to examine and take a look at. All right? Last chance here to share with Mr. anything that is happening in the world, anything exciting.
This is my dog.
Oh, and Marissa, you have exactly the sort of dog that I would have expected you to have.
And everyone tells me that. And I don't know what that means.
Definitely. Edric, not you so much, bud. All righty. I think I might have predicted a different dog for you, but that is such a cutie. I got to tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Unmute one. Thank you.
I love that. I told Jennifer in first period that she had to bring her pet Matthew next time.
That shit was funny.
That's messed up, Majewski.
It's because Matthew was there. Matthew was in the room with her.
He was literally there next to her, like he was her pet. It's
Oh,
still better when you saw it like that. So, yes. Final comments from Mr. M. Are you having other classes this week that are scheduled?
nope.
It's
I have
good.
assignments. I just don't have any virtual meetings.
Okay, good. Because a lot of teachers are freaking out. I noticed the English department's getting all angry because there's conflict sometimes with meetings. I want to remind you all, if you have a conflict with my class, with any of your others, remember I do multiple live streams a day, so just jump in on a different one. Or remember, I will record this, so just watch the recording if for whatever reason you couldn't make it to a live session on a particular day. All righty? All right, I am going to sign it off here. I don't really think I have much else to add here. Any final thoughts here? Any parting shots? Is everybody tired?
Yes.
Not anymore.
very.
Hey, Majewski, are you taking attendance?
I am taking attendance, and one of the ways that I take attendance, Alexa, is through my recording. That's why I record the videos as well, so that I can then go back. And by the way, this week attendance is bonus points. All righty.
Yes, sir.
I want to remind you guys, hey, this is another enrichment week. All right, this is another makeup week. Teachers are not supposed to be giving you, actual assignments this week still. In fact, hey, Chromebooks and internet devices don't go out until the end of this week, the beginning of next. Just keep that in mind. Teachers are supposed to be working with you guys right now. So quite frankly, my advice to all of you people, because you're some of the smartest people on our campus, take advantage of it. All righty. If they're going to seriously give us this, you know what I mean? This softball, take advantage of it. All righty.
Oh, trust me, I am Majewski.
Oh, Bob, you've been
I
taking
very much
advantage
am.
of it for
very
2 years, Bob. You've been taking it. So,
Can you blame me?
let me just mute you. So anyways, keep that in mind as well. Jump in at another time or watch my recording. Okay. All right. I love you all. We'll see each other again on Wednesday. All right. I'm thinking Friday we may not meet. I'll just do a short little video that you can watch instead. But Wednesday we definitely will. All right. All right. Love you all. All right.
Laters.
All right. Be safe.
I mean,
Majewski, catch it.
I can't. I forget how to do that. I need you people there to show it to me.
All right, I'm done. I'm out of here later.
Oh, hey, one other thing. There may or may not be a Mr. Majewski TikTok dance already at some point this week.
No, please don't. Please don't.
I don't even know what that means. Believe me.
No, please don't do anything but
Alright.
that.
Hey, the teachers
No.
did a music video. That's
They already sent it.
Yeah,
Oh, did they?
I was
Did you
about
notice?
to watch it right now.
Did you notice I'm not in it?
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm gonna watch it right now.
I'm not in it. I missed the deadline.
I think that's for the best.
Probably. Anyways. All right. I'm sorry. I can't have too much beauty on your guys' screen in one day, so I need to go. All right. I need to help the masses. All right.
So
Much love.
is 0 period canceled then, or
I will let you
is
know.
that, like-
I'm gonna look at the email right now and shoot you an update right now.
okay?
All right, brother. Everybody, I'll see you Wednesday. Be good.
Peace.